What up, friends?
Star of the show, your favorite UFC and combat sports insider, soon to be, by the way, once Ryan Clark, who is rumored to go to Undisputed, if that happens. Daniel Cormier, you need a new co-host. Clubber D is ready.
And Cormier, we work well together because, for starters, you don't like to change somebody. But first thing I tell him, look here, brother, we need to have that talk. Let's get that hairline up out of there. All right, we already know. We know you're kind of light up there. I've been there. I know how it feels. Okay, go ahead, handle that, and then we could be, the Ball brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's DC squares. It is what it is. He's from Louisiana. My parents are from Louisiana. It's a match made in MMA heaven. So I got you. After the fact king, I got you, Cormier. Okay, I got you, brother. I respect everything you've done. You are a Hall of Famer.
But all I do know is we need a DC squared MMA show on ESPN. ESPN, holla at us. I'll get you the contact information for Clubber D, the combat.
Hey, y'all saving money. I'm with it. Y'all cut just about everybody. Y'all need some new blood, some new old blood. I'm with it.
Yo, we don't want that much. Sure. We ain't asking for a lot.
Yeah, I'm not asking for that. I'll go. Trust me, I'm dusty. I'll take anything.
A million between the two of us. We just
we'll take it easy.
ESPN, come holler at us. Here, thank you, fans and friends, for joining us once again. Yes, Ball and Buds is back for UFC 290 International Fight Week. Our UFC and combat sports expert. Let me tell you, no one on planet Earth knows the UFC, MMA, and boxing, aside from Daniel Cormier, like this man right here, Clubber D, the Combat G.
How y'all doing? I love the show. You guys got a great setup, man. I love what y'all doing, man. And Omar, you forgot to let them know, okay? I'm also the after the fact king. So if I'm wrong, I'm right after the fact, okay? So sometimes I might say the wrong thing, but in hindsight, I was actually meaning something else. Okay?
So I was actually going to set that up. So even if you're 0 for 20, what does that mean for your predictions, my friend?
That means I'm 20-0 on the other flip side of things. You know what I mean? If you see a girl at the bar and you buy her a drink and she doesn't take the drink, you don't get mad. You just double fist. Okay? So you still win. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on the bright side of things.
Right. And before we get started, hey, shout out, man, to Ruthless Robbie Lawler, who retired on a knockout.
Oh, that's a man.
Man, that was crazy. He knocked the guy out. That was pretty cool.
I was just texting Clubber D and telling him last night I was at the restaurant after we got done with our show. And when that knockout went off, the whole place just went crazy.
It was crazy. He's like, it was like a sad moment, and then he just knocks the guy out like in the first minute or something.
If there's anyone I would love to see that happen to, that's him, because his story, his journey, this man's been doing since like 06, 05, you know what I'm saying? Back when he had a hairline. I had a hairline back then. I was wearing a wave cap like 13 back then.
Hey, bro, I'm trying to hold on to the one I got. Trying to hold on to it.
Worst case scenario, you can always go to Turkey and get the extra stuff, you know what I'm saying, or the tattoos that are in, you know what I'm saying. That people do that, but Robbie Lawler, that man, his fault. He's the type of guy that will fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, and for him to go out on a high note like that, hats off to the man. Hats off.
Yeah, that's great, man.
And so that's a question that I have though, right? For Clubber D, can you actually retire on that note? Can you retire when you knock somebody out like that? Don't you still got it? Don't you still got the juice?
I mean, he does.
I was staying to fight. I was staying to fight, to be honest.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, man, why retire, man? You go, but I mean, it's almost like you go out on top, though.
It's one of those things. So the man, for him to train, kills his body. So he's tired of putting his body through this. He's been doing this for like 20 years. So he's 41 right now. So he's probably the type that I could see in a year or two might do that bare knuckle fighting, something where you don't have to do a lot of wrestling and grappling and jiu-jitsu. So it was just stand up, straight bare hands, straight fight. And Kimbo Slice was still alive to do that. Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
okay. No, but I was saying, what was the biggest surprise about the fight with Rodriguez? Considering he lost, other than the fact that he lost, you thought he was going to win.
So I had that feeling. I thought Rodriguez was going to win. I really thought Brandon Moreno was going to beat him. I didn't think he was going to lose to him 3 times. And I thought it was going to be Team Mexico. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was going to La Viva la Raza. I thought we was going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out keeping it 100 in the crew. Viva la Raza.
Let's go.
Hey, so that great question. So I agree with Clubber D. It looked to me that he was defeated. He just looked like he was stepping in the ring with a better fighter. I love the way Volkanovski just will come down, and when he's ready to finish, He pounces.
Wow, pause. He can't hold his own. Reckless.
He looks like Hulk. He's just like
he's pound for pound. That guy's pound for pound, probably one of the best out. He's top 5 right now for sure. You gotta defend yourself. In any type of combat sport, if you're just taking a beat, just
so
you're
even that's not
up,
defending.
They gotta stop. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the streets.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. If you're just getting hit and you're not trying to either change positions or do some type of offense, they gotta stop it, because these guys, just like football, they get CTE. Too many hits to the head. And Herb Dean let it go for a little while, but Rodriguez, he's like, nah, I'm done. That's it.
And you saw him when he got up. He actually looked and he was like, yeah, that was it. That was it. He just figured it out. So how about the aftermath of that, Clubber D? We had his next challenger, right? We all know Volkanovski is top 5 pound for pound, even top 1 for some people still. This young cat, Topuria, is that his name? Topuria came up and challenged him after. Can you tell us more about that?
Topuria just beat Josh Emmett, the last UFC Fight Night. It was about 2 weeks ago. It was an ass whipping from first to fifth round. You know what I'm saying? It was nonstop butt whipping. This dude is no joke. He was fighting. He was beefing with a new oncoming talent, Paddy Pimpleton from England. They're trying to hype up, but this dude is legit. Now, Volkanovski, I don't know. I'll even be honest with you. I don't think Volkanovski is going to stay at 145. I think he's going to move back up and fight Islam at 155. I just don't see him staying there. So it might happen, but he said he has to get surgery on his arm. He's going back to Australia, so he's probably going to fight. He's probably going to go hang out and then raise a couple joeys, and then maybe train a dingo, and then get back to fighting in a little while. So it is what it is.
I was gonna say, was that a joke? I think that was a joke.
I slide him in there every once in a while.
He will slide him in there all day. So that being said, we actually had a comment from one of our Facebook users, Clubber D.
Okay.
And this person says Volkanovski is the greatest fighter outside of John Bones Jones right now. What do you feel about that comment?
I agree. I agree with that. I'll go with that.
All right.
Okay.
And we'll go with your
Jones fan or whatever.
I know. We know you don't like John Jones. Clubber D is a known John Jones hater. So that's okay. It's all right. We're going to have our pound for pound later. But now following up on that, let's go to the next matchup, though, real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
So we had that Moreno versus Pantoja, I believe it is.
Yeah, Pantoja, yeah.
Wow. He's now won 3 over Moreno, who is obviously a great fighting champ. What do you think about that?
If you lose 3 times to one person, you got to have a shirt that said, "This is my daddy," okay? Or "Who's your poppy?" You know what I'm saying? You got to rock that. The fight, I mean, it's bad. I mean, I feel bad for Moreno because the guy has evolved. He's gotten a lot better. But I'm going to say right now, Moreno, just move up because you just can't beat the guy. You know what I'm saying? Pantoja. He's probably the best guy on the ground in that division. So, remember, these guys are 125 pounds? They're lightweights. I used to weigh like that back in the 80s, but right now for Brett Moreno, he's talking about professional boxing. So I think you can slide over.
He said 125.
He says no. Omar says you never weighed 180. You never weighed that.
You ain't been
125 since like 5th grade or something.
Hey, 125 like a featherweight.
I came out of 65 pounds. Might as well. If the wind blows, they're going to fly away.
Right.
So for Volkanovski and Moreno, if they move up, who are their next possible fight challenges?
If Moreno moves up, then he'll probably do the Funk Master, Aljamain Sterling, at 135. But that's after he fights Sugar Sean O'Malley in August. And then Volkanovski, he's going to have to get at Islam again at 155. But that's if Islam, after he defeats the winner of Poirier and Gagey for the BMF belt, which is a fake belt. But I don't understand why they even got that fake title. But
wait a second. They're going to have Islam fight for the fake title
the winner
after
of that,
that?
most likely. And then after that. No. Poirier and Gagey fight for the BMF belt. And the winner of that is probably going to get Islam.
Fight one.
So,
really?
I agree with Clubber D. I mean, I was always with his expert analysis. Volkanovski's one of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound. Either number 1 or number 2, depending if you're going to put Islam up. Jones coming back after he, routed Cyril Gane in one round. So those are going to be your top 3 pound for pound right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Volkanovski is a beast. He's going to keep going on. Moreno, I agree with Clubber D, needs to get away from Pantoja, move up and find another fighter. I would love to see another Islam Volkanovski fight. I think that will be amazing. And also, I would love to see Duplessis and Israel Adesanya. Duplessis is an up-and-comer. He looks real tough. Knocked out Robert Whittaker, who's a beast. So, hey, the UFC is great right now. MMA is great right now. Even boxing, which I wanted to ask him a couple questions as well.
Did you hear the question about Duplessis? Did you hear that question?
The face-off. Yep, Israel Adesanya and Duplessis.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it because they already have a beef. My thing with that is like Israel does too much. I mean, you get in his face and you're like, "Are you my N-word?" You say, "My brother, you my N-word." Why like that? I didn't understand that. Why he's trying to do that.
Right.
Only thing I did, I mean, come on,
wild.
You're surrounded by a bunch of mayo, and then you're saying the N-word all the time. Like that's just stupid. But like you're trying to bait the man to say it. It just I don't understand that. But I do like the way he's like, if I do a 23andMe, you'll see my blood type says I'm from Nigeria. If you do it, it's probably gonna say Denmark because you guys did apartheid in South Africa. I don't like how the South Africans say that. Hey, I'm South African. I'm not African. Nah, bro. If we African, we Africans. Don't say we're brothers one hand and be like, hey, we're Americans, but I'm from Virginia. I'm just a Virginian. No. We're supposed to be Americans, right? So don't give me that mess. Colonizer, it is what it is. So that and Robert Whittaker, to me, I don't understand this. I feel like, remember I said yesterday, Omar, that it's kind of scripted to where they needed that type of beef right there for that division. If Whittaker would have won, that'd been the third time he'd have fought Israel. So we know what would happen. If you get this guy who's making a lot of noise, get a lot more people to do it. You know what I'm saying? Whittaker looks scared and shook that fight. He didn't look like the regular Robert Whittaker. So I was wondering if the fix was in, if they gave him some extra little money on the side. I don't know if they take that in Australia, but I don't know if they. Nah, I'm joking. He didn't look himself. He didn't look himself at all.
He did not look anything like himself at all. And you're completely right though, right? Like they need to shake that up first within that division. So anyways, I did want to ask one boxing question.
Yes, sir.
We talked about Boots Ennis, who had fought last night and KO'd his opponent. So can you talk to us about that fight?
Yeah, so Gerard Ennis, he's like the heir apparent. Like he's like more of a technical Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? He's very technical, got great hand speed, good on with either hand. Could put on the show. The last few fights he fought on Tank Davis undercard, and he fought on Jermell Charlo when he got undisputed championship at 154. He fought on that undercard. His last few fights weren't that very great looking. He still won, but he's like the heir apparent at 147. He's Errol Spence's mandatory. He looked great. You know what I'm saying? He knocked him out in the 10th. Vila's never been knocked out, and he sent him rockabye. You know what I'm saying? The ref had to come in and stop it because he was about to take a nap. So he's the guy that after Bud Crawford and Earl Spence fight, he's gonna be the next guy up to go against the 147 champion. So they're bringing life back into welterweights. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been excited welterweight since Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Back in those times.